So hello, Scott O'Neill here for Tungsten Tales. I'm joined by Niall Culleton. Niall, how you doing?
Are good in yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. How has the month of January been for you then, since you obviously made progress at Q School and are now officially on the PDC tour?
Yeah, it's been a good January, so it has. Christmas was quiet. Lots of practice put in. I had the ADC Global Championships coming up over the Christmas time, and then the finals day. Then the day before, I went to Q School, so finishing off with the tour card wasn't a bad January at all.
Going into Q School, did you feel like you were finally ready? Obviously, I know it's your eighth time. I think you've been as close as at least a game, if not even a dart before. Did you feel like you were ready this time?
In fairness, I knew going into it I was prepared. I knew for the past few months I've been playing well enough. It was just producing it in those days, like, and going into it, I said to myself, like, you've been putting in the time, you've seen the way your darts have been for the past while. So I felt very good going in and confident. It was just getting it out of me and seeing how it would go, and I was happy with the way it turned out.
There were those near misses in previous years on your mind at all, or have you got past that point now where it was just go in there and improve what you can do?
Yeah, but that was one of the things that I sorted out this year. I was in Q school last year, and it was the first year that I didn't qualify out of the 3 day qualifying days before the 4 main days, and I didn't go to Challenge Tour or nothing for the year. And I basically took a step back, and just had to change a few things, change the mindset, change my darts, change my setup on my darts. And I had to basically learn to enjoy throwing again, because at that time it was anytime I was going to something over there in England, it'd be Challenge Tour or Q School. It was always what ifs and things I've done before and things I missed out on. Whereas I needed to clear my head of things of nearly getting it before and nearly doing well and all of this. So that was one of the things I worked on this year, and that was a big part of how my darts kind of progressed through the year and kept on going up and up. Like, so it was just that with the change of dart was a big thing as well, because of my own dart. I wasn't that comfortable with it, so I had to change it. I went back to a standard flight, a standard stem, a standard point, just back to basics, and just everything just started feeling comfortable about maybe 3 or 4 months after I kind of let a few bits of suit or luggage in my head go and start enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean that is really important. We've had a lot of people talk about that enjoyment being there, transforming onto good performances on the hockey. So now that that is back there and you have that confidence in your setup again, are you feeling like you can go onto that tour and make a bit of a splash?
Yeah, I think I can. I know myself how I'm throwing. I think once I get into that pool of playing with the elite in the pro tour, my game will come on as well. So I'll be great. I know where my game is at. I probably need to play against it at a higher level more, and it's basically just conditioning yourself to your surroundings and that, and just go in and do what I can do.
Yeah, no, that's really good to hear. And in terms of this year, what kind of aims have you set for yourself? Is there a particular, or the 2 years that you guaranteed your tour card? What are the aims?
Well, get in and start getting a few wins on the pro tour first and see where I'm at. Like, I don't think having the tour card is fully sunk in yet, because it's not a thing of a sinking in, because you're going over to Q school to do a job and you get a tour card. It's kind of like, okay, you've done your job. You've entered. You've paid your money. You've entered. You know what I mean. Your outcome is you want to get the tour card, so you not be in any shock or disbelief you got it, because that's what you set out to do. You know what I mean. So it's just going in. I'd like to progress through the year or just see where I'm at. Give the first few events a chance just to settle into the new environment and everything as well, and just see from there. At the moment, as I said, I want to just go in, enjoy it. I know I can do well if my darts are there.
Mhm.
It's just getting it out of me.
Yeah. And in terms of outside of darts, I think you said just after you secured your tour card that you'd have to have a think about your job and how much is going on. Have you made any decisions in balancing those two things at the moment?
Yeah, well, look, the job will still be there. It'll be whenever I don't have darts on a week. Obviously, I'll be working a full week, and whenever I have darts, I'll be working in days during that week just to keep the money coming in. Because as you know yourself, money's not ever always guaranteed on the pro tour. So look, it'll keep me level headed as well. I had a chat with the boss about it, and he says, look, you can't not give this your full,
Mm.
you know what I mean, concentration. Go and do it, and we'll sort out something for work. So look, through the year, I'll just have to figure out what works for me anyway. Like I'm lucky enough that I'm a carpenter, so I can kind of fit in anywhere for work for myself or anything anyway. So it's not too bad that way.
No, that's good. With that support from your boss and your family as well, I know you've spoken about the support from them. Do you feel like there is that freedom to go and play without any pressure and, like you say, just give it your all and show what you can do?
Yeah, definitely. Like you still have you that you have it. Yeah, you still have pressures there. You know, you're trying to make up money and all of that to support the family through the year. But you know what I mean. If sponsors come on board on that,
Mm.
that frees up that. But the whole thing with support working me and or work support me and family support me and all that, it really does free up the head because you're not going into tournaments where you know I'm away and this, I'm away that, and it's just you can go in with a clear head and then just throw your darts. You know, just get in and give it your full concentration.
And also, Shane McGuirk was speaking earlier this week about how he thinks there should be, or it'd be good if there was another tournament in Ireland. There hasn't been one for a few years, maybe a Euro
Yeah,
tour, for example. What are your thoughts on that?
yeah, mine is the same as Shane's. We used to have the World qualifier here
Mm.
in Chamorro and Waterford. It was the Tom Kirby tournament, and then the two finalists played off a final at the Grand Prix. Then
Yeah.
up in Dublin, like first of all, it's bad enough that we're missing out on having the Grand Prix here, like you know, and I think definitely with the PDC, it'd be great if we could get something like a Euro Tour qualifier here, or even getting a Pro Tour played over here over a weekend or that, you know, like because there's a pool of players in Ireland there that need that opportunity to see what they can do. You know what I mean? Like it's very little tour cards go out in the start of the year, but if you have your tour qualifiers or that or something for it, you know what I mean? It opens up a big opportunity for them, and there's vast amount of players in Ireland that'd be well capable of doing that. But it'd be great if we could have something over here. You know, it's badly needed.
Yeah, I mean, there's a strong contingency of Irish players towards the top of the Q School rankings as well this year. And obviously, if you look at the World Championships, there was the fan zones in Ireland. The support is clearly there. Do you feel that support and love for darts in Ireland as much as it seems there is?
Yeah, definitely. Like darts is strong in Ireland. You know what I mean? Even when you have the Premier League over here, it sells out straight away. Anyone I've been talking to in England that is into darts or anything that looks at it, they say it's the best Premier League of the whole calendar. You know what I mean? They look forward to it that much. You know, so like that darts is very well supported and strong in the country. You know, and like I felt great support since getting the tour card. I think I had to leave my phone alone for about an hour and a half after I got the tour card because I couldn't load my messages. My phone was glitching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't ring my wife or my mother till about 2 hours after I got the tour card because I wasn't able to use my phone.
That's brilliant. And yeah, so is Shane McGuirk someone you've spoken to about things getting on the tour together, or any other former Irish players or non-Irish players who you've spoken to
Yeah,
about the tour?
yeah. Look, myself and Shane get along very well. We room together when we're away. We travel together when we're over there. So myself and Shane are well used to each other, you know, and the two of us kind of bounce off each other when we're over there as well. So unless we're playing against each other, that's a different story altogether. You know what I mean? It's business at the end of the day. But besides playing against each other, you know what I mean? He'd be one of the lads I'd be able to rely on the tour. You know what I mean? He comes well. I know he's younger than me, but he comes with a lot of experience as well. So, but then you have the likes of Brendan,
Mm,
Willie, and that on the tour then as well, and Keane and all them. You know, so there's a lot of Irish support over there once we get into the tour. You know.
mm. And does Willie O'Connor is as much as a sort of what's the word inspiration to Irish darts players as he seems? I mean, is there the thought of that second spot in the World Cup up for grabs, the sort of thing you'd be aiming towards, maybe achieving someday?
Look, it'd be brilliant to get it. I know you have Willie and Keane there
Mm,
ahead of us already on the rankings. You know what I mean? But like, you have Shane, myself, and Stephen Rosney coming in now as well. So all depends on how well we do and what way they are. You know what I mean? But like Willie's a very strong person in Irish darts. You know what I mean? You all see him at exhibitions and everything. He loves doing them. He's a
mhm.
great supporter. He'd be messaging me every now and again. They keep on trying to get down to him for practices as well, because he'd just be asking me and I'd be asking him and getting time to do it. But look, in time that'll happen as well. But no, Willie's a great ambassador for Irish Darts over here, so he is. He's great time for all the youth and everything as well. So Willie is good for that.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate your time for me today, and best of luck with the 2 years on the tour and hopefully more to come.
Hopefully. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.